of my new friends at Real Women of Philadelphia. I've had a great time getting to know all of you on the internet. This social networking is amazing, especially because we have a lot in common. I love to look at your recipes and I've really enjoyed the feedback. I'm going for round two and trying a different dessert recipe for this entry. This one is a cream puff with a Philadelphia cream cheese whipped fluffy lemony filling. First, let me introduce myself. My name is Suki. I'm a mother of two and a wife here in San Francisco, California. I work full-time, and so I really love spending time in the kitchen to bake whenever possible. The reason why I love using Philadelphia cream cheese in desserts is because it's always a great central ingredient. It has not only a sweetness to it, but also a tanginess to it. It has great body, so you can add things to it and make this the centerpiece, and you could go in all different directions, toward chocolate, toward sweet, toward citrusy. So today I decided to try a variation on the pate choux, which is a cream puff, a profiterole, as some people might know it, and this filling is going to be out of this world. What you want to do is get 1 cup of water, an 1/8 teaspoon of salt, and 1 stick of butter going up on the heat. So it doesn't take long for the salt, water, and butter to come to a boil. Lower the heat and then put in the flour, 1 cup of flour. You want to use a wooden spoon for this process and quickly stir it so you don't get the clumps. Bring the heat way down low, and it's going to start looking like a paste. An idea again is that you want to do it real rigorous. Stir, and the pate choux dough, or the profiterole dough, is going to start coming away from the pan. So much butter in there, and you won't see any clumps. It smells kind of nutty. You don't want the heat up too high because it'll burn. And then, when the flour's incorporated and starts to look kind of dry, again, you don't want it to be a wet dough, so that's what this process is doing, is getting it dried out a little bit. Take it completely off the heat. And now what you want to do is get 4 eggs, and this process you want to use a wooden spoon. You're essentially incorporating 1 egg at a time, and you don't want the egg to cook. You want it to incorporate it inside. Again, real rigorous. You're gonna use some muscle here, and again using a wooden spoon. Once it's dried and in there and no longer glossy, get in another egg. I'm being brave here, trying not to get any shells. And again, 1 at a time. It starts to loosen. You're thinking, well, this is kind of looking a little bit slimy, and then before you know it, it starts to come together again. And you do that essentially with all 4 eggs. Okay, Real Women of Philadelphia, I'm going to share a little secret with you. You don't need to have fancy French pastry supplies. This is just a Ziploc bag that I put that pate choux dough in. Make it nice and tight, and then just snip off the end. And there you go. It's going to be perfect for piping. You want to pipe these out about 2 teaspoons, a few inches apart so they don't run into each other. So I have a couple dozen on the pan, and you want them spaced out. Now they go into a 400-degree oven for about 30 minutes. And one rule, don't open the oven door, because then they'll collapse. I have the profiteroles right now in the oven. Those will stay in there for about 30 minutes. Now it's time to make the filling. This is the fun part. It's so easy, just a few ingredients. All I have here is 1/2 pint of heavy cream. And I'm going to get this going, whip it up really good. That did not take long. So now I'm just going to set aside the whipping cream. Let's put it in a bowl here. That will be folded into our cream cheese filling. All right, so stick that in the fridgie. For the star of the show, we have Philadelphia cream cheese. Now, this particular dessert, it's fine to use the 1/3 less fat version. Tastes the same. The consistency is just fine because we're actually mixing it with a whipping cream. Let's get a little knife here. All right, now this goes into the blender and it's mixed with 3/4 cup of powdered sugar and then a flavoring. In this case, I'm using lemon zest. You can also use chocolate, cherries, whatever's in season fruit-wise. This one's just a really light spring dessert with lemon zest. I like Meyer lemons because they taste a little bit like honey, not too sour. As you see here, I have a pot bubbling with some Meyer lemon peels in water to get the bitterness out. That is actually going to be a garnish, but that's in case you see the steam going here. I have another Meyer lemon here. Our tree is just going nuts, so I thought it'd be a fun way to use some of the Meyer lemons. Ah, there it is, the grater. So right now I have softened cream cheese, 8 ounces. I'm gonna put this back on. It has a little whipping cream on it, but that's fine. Oops, there we go. And then let's put in 3/4 cup powdered sugar. That goes in there. And grated, this has been washed, and it is Meyer lemon zest. It's a peel. You don't want to get too much of the white stuff in there because it can be kind of bitter. Let her rip. Okay, and this was just the added extra. I had a bunch of extra lemons, so I decided to have some fun. I just shaved the lemon peel off of the Meyer lemons. 2 cups of water boiling. You can see most of it has been boiled away or is now incorporated into the peel. Then I'm going to add about, I eyeball it usually, but it's about 1/2 to 3/4 cup of regular table sugar. Stir that around, and this will make a simple syrup. You want to bring this to another boil, and that's it. That's going to be your candied lemon peel, which will be served with the dessert. 30 minutes. Ah, perfect. It's been less than an hour, and we already have our pate choux dough balls, the little crust balls, finished. We have our filling finished, and now all we have to do is fill the little puppies up. So these are cool. I want to make sure they're cool. You slice through, and you can see what the inside is a little doughy. You can take out some of this dough from the inside, but you know, I really like the way it tastes, so I'm going to leave it in there. And then you essentially just fill it with about 2 teaspoons of this Philadelphia cream cheese whipping cream filling. You don't want to make too many of these because if they sit out, they'll actually get soggy. So you want to make them or fill them right before you serve them. I'm told you can also freeze cream puffs. That's what my mom says. But we never get a chance to because everyone always eats them. That delicious candied lemon peel. And just put a little bit on top. So there you have it, my Philadelphia lemon cream cheese puffs. Perfectly light, crispy on the outside, dusting of powdered sugar, and a crispy little Meyer lemon candy on top. And the pièce de résistance is the inside. It's the filling. Philadelphia cream cheese with lemon zest and whipping cream. So easy. 8 ingredients, about an hour's worth of time, and perfectly elegant or casual if you want to just eat 3 or 4 in one sitting. Mmm.